Have you ever yearned to travel freely without the struggle of getting a visa, Lily? Well, lucky for Israeli citizens, a whole new world has just been opened.
I sure have, and yes, you're listening to Hear the Web with Tom and Lily. Today we're diving into the U.S.'s recent decision to admit Israel into an elite group of nations whose citizens are exempt from needing a visa to travel to the States.
That's right. This is a huge achievement for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, despite his recurrent disagreements with the Biden administration, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, Tom. Starting November 30th, Israelis will be able to voyage to the U.S. for business or leisure up to 90 days with no visa, just by registering with the electronic system for travel authorization.
The interesting aspect, though, is that even with authorization, U.S. officials at the airport still have the power to deny them entry.
Precisely. It's important to remember that Palestinians and Arab Americans have faced persisting discrimination when traveling to Israel, which has caused contention and alarm among human rights advocates.
Yet, Palestine's progress has caught the attention of the Saudi Arabian government with Naif al-Sudari, Saudi Arabia's first-ever ambassador to the Palestinian Authority, arriving to discuss the burgeoning Saudi-Israeli normalization deal.
Quite so. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, which manages this unique program, entitles citizens of primarily European and Asian nations to visit the U.S. for 3-month sans visas.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas weighed in on this matter. He believes this will boost the collaboration between the US and Israel on counterterrorism and other law enforcement common interests, hence making both countries more secure.
Despite facing strong disapproval from his people for his proposed remake of Israel's judicial system, Netanyahu seems to be receiving positive remarks from his international counterparts. Former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett even thanked President Joe Biden for making good on his promises.
For native Israelis, this is indeed a celebratory moment. Let's not forget the special conditions countries need to meet to participate in the visa waiver program. Israel fulfilled 2 of the 3 critical benchmarks: a low percentage of visa applicants being denied and a low percentage of overstay.
However, obtaining the final condition proved challenging: the obligation of treating all U.S. citizens equitably when traveling to Israel. This includes Palestinian Americans, many of whom attracted unfair screening due to national security concerns.
Keeping aside the temporary jubilation, US officials announced that they'll be monitoring Israel's status in the program and won't hesitate to revoke the special visa waiver status if they ever fall off track.
A reminder that the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee has filed a federal lawsuit aimed at preventing Israel's inclusion in the program until discrimination against Palestinian and Arab Americans is addressed. Things aren't as black and white as they seem.
Without a doubt, Lily. It's been an intense journey for Israel to achieve this status, taking more than a decade of work and tense negotiations. This marks a significant shift in travel regulations and relations between these countries.
To wrap it up, the U.S. inclusion of Israel in the visa-free travel program is a game-changer for Israeli citizens, but issues of discrimination linger, posing certain potential hindrances to this diplomatic progression. What do listeners think? What are the repercussions of this significant development on international relations?
Couldn't have put it better, Lily. A complex scenario indeed, and we'll be tuned in regularly to share any updates. That's all for this episode of Hear the Web, guys. Until next time, safe travels.